Happy Monday to you. I want to share something with you out of the book of Genesis, chapter 1. And last week I was talking about teamwork, about building a team. And if you were the president, the GM of a basketball team, and you were building your team, what type of teammate, what type of player would you want to add to your team to make it the best? And in Genesis 1, God is doing just that. And it says, I want to read it to you, but it says in chapter 1 of Genesis, and in verse 26, it says, Then God said, let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so they may rule. Okay, so that they may rule. So God's intention for making man was for man to rule. So it says in verse 27, so God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them, male and female, he created them. So the male and the female, God created. And what was God's intention for the creation? It was so that they would rule, okay? Rule over what? Rule over the earth. Not rule over one another, but to rule over the things that God had created, to rule over the earth. So verse 28 says, God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful and increase in number, fill the earth and subdue it. And again, he commands the male and the female to rule. And so that's what I want to hit on right now, because when you jump over to chapter 2, God places the man in the garden and he says, it's not good for the man to be alone. And in chapter 2, God is basically, or the author is basically breaking down this whole creation process. So we see the creation happen in chapter 1, and then chapter 2 goes into a little bit more detail about the creation of the man. So it's not backwards here, right? So he places the man in the garden and he says, it is not good for the man to be alone. I will create a helper suitable for him. And what I really want to talk about today and hammer home is that your wife, if you are lucky to be married, if you are blessed to be a married man, your wife is not there to compete with you, but she's there to complete you, right? And as men, we have the tendency to be competitive. And some of us have the tendency to be ultra competitive. But you're not competing with the person who's supposed to be completing you, right? So I don't want you to get that confused. So God said, I'm going to make someone as a suitable helper, right? So what does that mean? If my job is to lift this table, this desk right here, right? And this desk is 500 pounds, then I need someone that can help me lift this desk, right? I need someone that's suited for the job. I need someone that is capable, right? And not that a woman is someone who's lesser, who's someone who's weaker, or who's someone that is not up to the task. But God created you for a very specific purpose in this earth. And because he created you for a specific purpose in the earth, as a man, if he has blessed you with a wife, he's brought someone alongside of you that is capable of helping you to accomplish what it is that he called you to accomplish, right? So that means that the woman is capable to do at least as much or a good portion of what it is that you're called to do, right? So think of it again as this desk, right? If I can do 250, then that means she's equal to me and she can do 250. Not that I'm doing 400 or trying to do 450 and she's trying to do 50. That's not someone who's a suitable helper. That's someone who is dragging you down. That is someone who cannot help you carry the load that you were meant to carry. And what I want to say to you in terms of competition, do not compete with the one that was called to complete you. Okay? Don't compete with her. That means if she has an idea, it's not in competition with your idea. It means that she's bringing something alongside of you to add. if she has something to interject, if she has something that you might feel in the past was competing against you, and you had to, in your manhood, stand up and be like, no, we're going to do this, or no, we're going to do that, and not do what you say, you've got it all wrong. Somebody along the way did you a disservice by making you think that in order to be a man, that you had to be the one always in charge, always the one doing everything, and putting her aside or putting her down. But the truth is that she's called to help you up, and you're called to help her up so that you guys come up together. That is a true picture of teamwork. So in today's episode, I'm telling you to man up. Understand that your wife's position in your life is not there to detract from you, but to add to you. God bless you. I'm Brad Pleasant, the Giant Killer, and I'll see you in the next one.